Essay, Unpacking The Shining, Reincarnation, American Mythology, and the Eternal Escape. The Shining is a film layered with mystery, symbolism, and psychological horror. Over decades, viewers have debated its meaning, and countless theories have emerged. Today, I want to share my personal take, one that interweaves reincarnation, American exceptionalism, the haunting legacy of genocide, and a profound human desire to escape reality. 1. The Eternal Return, Jack Torrance as a reincarnated soul. One of the most compelling threads in the film is Jack Torrance's eerie familiarity with the Overlook Hotel. Early on, he tells Wendy he feels as if he's been here before, a moment of déjà vu that suggests a cyclical return rather than a fresh arrival. This feeling anchors a theory that Jack is not simply a man who happened upon the hotel but a soul reliving a past life trapped within its walls. Throughout the film, the Overlook becomes less a hotel and more a spiritual limbo, a place where time folds back on itself. Jack's gradual transformation, from struggling writer and father to possessed murderer, mirrors the idea of being drawn back into a karmic pattern, forced to confront past mistakes and the darker facets of himself. This reincarnation theory invites us to see Jack not just as a villain, but as a tragic figure caught in an endless loop of suffering, with the Overlook serving as his eternal prison. 2. Exceptionalism, Facades, and the Haunting Past of America. Beyond Jack's personal story lies a deeper, more unsettling layer tied to America's history and identity. Jack is a man striving for greatness. He refuses to shovel driveways or settle for mediocrity. His writing is his hope, a promise of escape and success. But his struggles, alcoholism, family tensions, unfulfilled dreams, reveal cracks in this idealized image. This mirrors the idea of American exceptionalism. The narrative that America is destined for greatness, that its citizens must strive endlessly for success and order. But The Shining peels back this facade, revealing the anxiety and fragility beneath. The racial slur uttered by Jack and Mr. Grady, and the unsettling allusions to genocide suggest the land itself is haunted. The Overlook sits atop stolen ground, echoing the broader trauma of native displacement and cultural erasure. Jack and his family, as the new occupants of this haunted land, embody the false exceptionalism of colonizers, trying to impose order and superiority while the past festers beneath. The final image of Jack in the 1921 ballroom photo on July 4, America's Independence Day, amplifies this symbolism, the dark history woven into national pride and identity. 3. The desire to escape, alcoholism, fantasy, and the eternal party. The Shining delves into the powerful human urge to escape reality. Jack's alcoholism serves as a metaphor for this longing, his need to drown out pain and dissatisfaction. At the film's start, he proudly claims sobriety, a hopeful sign of change. But isolation and family strain push him back into darkness. The Overlook offers no alcohol, forcing Jack into a psychological spiral where he retreats into hallucination, possession, and madness. This descent can also be seen as the metaphorical party that never ends, a trance of euphoric release and destructive abandon. The ghostly ballroom party symbolize this eternal festivity, a timeless place where the living and dead mingle in cycles of celebration and horror. Jack's presence in the final ballroom photo suggests he's been absorbed into this endless party, trapped in a state of denial and escapism, never truly confronting reality. 4. The illusions of escape and the harshness of reality. Jack's encounter with the woman in room 237 offers a stark lesson on escapism's limits. Initially, she appears as an alluring naked woman, the ultimate fantasy. But as he approaches, she transforms into a terrifying, decaying figure. This reveals the truth behind illusions, that escapism often masks pain and horror rather than dissolving it. Similarly, the flooded blood in the hotel's corridors and the chilling invitation by the ghost girls for Danny to stay here forever reflect the overwhelming weight of anxiety and trauma beneath the surface of seemingly endless pleasure. The maze at the film's climax is another powerful metaphor, the inescapable labyrinth of the mind, of addiction, and of unresolved pain. 5. The bare suit scene, denial, escapism, and the illusion of pleasure. Another often overlooked but deeply symbolic scene involves the man and the person in the bare suit in the hotel room. This bizarre and unsettling encounter speaks volumes about escapism and denial. The person inside the bear suit remains anonymous and unimportant. It doesn't matter who they are or what their true identity is. What matters is the illusion of pleasure and the willingness to accept appearances at face value. This suggests that in the realm of escape, the reality beneath the surface is ignored as long as the desired feeling or outcome is produced. This idea ties into the broader theme of The Shining. People often cling to illusions and facades that provide momentary comfort or pleasure, even if they are ultimately hollow or disturbing. The theme is echoed chillingly when one of the hotel's ghostly figures turns to Wendy and remarks, "Great party, isn't it?" This line underscores the dark irony of the Overlook's endless, hollow celebration, a trap disguised as joyous revelry, inviting its guests to become permanent participants in a disturbing cycle of denial. Conclusion: The Shining as a mirror to our inner and national shadows. At its core, The Shining is much more than a horror story. It's a layered exploration of the cyclical nature of trauma and the possibility of reincarnation, the false promises of American exceptionalism and the dark legacy of colonial violence, the seductive but dangerous allure of escapism and denial. Jack Torrance is not merely a villain but a symbol of fractured humanity, caught between past and present, truth and illusion, despair and the desperate hope for salvation. By understanding these layers, we not only appreciate The Shining as a masterpiece of cinematic art but also as a profound reflection on the human condition and the history we inherit. If you enjoyed this deep dive into The Shining and want to explore more films through a symbolic and psychological lens, don't forget to like and subscribe. And share your own theories. I'd love to hear what you think.